Hey guys,
Hello,
I'm Alexis,
I'm Christina.
and we are pause for dramatic effect. Pitter pat.
Bad. Honestly, don't know what I was gonna say.
That's okay. We don't need a topic. What's a topic anymore? At this point, this podcast is just a podcast where we just talk about things going on in our lives.
Correct. What have you been up to?
Well, I've been working, and right now I don't know if I said this on the podcast already, but I've been watching The Office from the very beginning on Peacock.
Mm-hmm. And how's that?
It's good. I mean, of course, some things haven't aged well, but I mean, like some things are timeless. Like just like the pranks and the romances and oh my gosh, it's all so good. It's all just so
Yeah,
iconic.
absolutely.
Like The Office, like The Office.
Yes, timeless for the most part.
Exactly. And yeah, I can't get over the fact that every time I come home, I just get so tired and I just go to bed. I feel like my life is just so boring, but in a way, like I deserve to rest after I get home because
Very
I am
true.
exhausted. I'm exhausted.
You are a hard-working gal.
I am. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I feel like I should be doing a lot more with my life. But right now I'm just focusing on watching The Office. And I'm watching well, I'm not watching anything else at the moment. And then I've been digitalizing all my childhood photos. So that's something that I've been working on for the past week, is just digitalizing every single childhood photo that I ever have and just, keeping it, updating it. I have up 2021 now, so all I have to do now is update for the rest of my life, and I should have every single photo for every single year of my life, which is exciting.
That's crazy. That's a huge collection of pictures.
Yes, and I've been scanning a bunch because you never really realize that scanning takes so much time. Like to scan every single photo, or you do a collection of 4, it's still not enough. You still have to spend like hours scanning photos of a photo album. But I'm grateful that I have those photos because shout out to my mom.
Right? Shout out to her for taking those pictures.
Shout out to every mom out there, like you're all doing good.
Facts. I don't think I have. I have like some photos, but I'm pretty sure they're just in like physical albums in my house because my mom keeps like a whole bunch of pictures in her office, just like in envelopes,
In
stashed away.
envelopes?
Yeah, she just has like tons and tons and tons that she got. What's that called? Like when you get them processed at like a pharmacy or something.
Oh yeah, developed. You get them
Yeah,
developed.
correct. Yeah, she just has a whole bunch of them that she got developed that are just chilling in the respected, the yeah, whatever the word is, in their proper folders, their own folders.
Wow. I mean, I wish people would still develop photos. Like, to be quite honest, digitalized photos are fun. They're instantaneous. But like, I don't know why, but just the thought of digitalizing a bunch of photos from like Shutterfly or from Kodak, or like, does Kodak even around anymore? Kodak, or
I
going
don't
to like
know.
CVS and getting a bunch of photos. Like, it has
Mm-hmm.
that feeling. It's that feeling. Uh, I miss it. I miss it, honestly.
I agree. Or like my sister and I used to buy disposable cameras to take with us to Puerto Rico every summer, and then we would bring them and get them developed when we got back. And it would
Oh my
literally be like
god.
the worst quality pictures of like
I
a
know.
palm tree or something.
but those like develop those photos that have the zoop 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 zoop, like the little disposable cameras. Like I miss the zoop 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 sound, like the zoop zoop sound. And like you
Yes.
click click. Oh my god, there's nothing like it in this world anymore. And I don't know why, but those photos, they look so pretty. Is it just because I'm getting old and like the vintageness of it looks nice? But it's like it has that
I agree
nice
with you
color
though.
to it.
I definitely agree. I just love the nostalgic aesthetic that we've got going on lately. I don't know.
I know, it's so nice. Like, of course, iPhones there, the quality is amazing. There's nothing like it in this world. Thank you for technology getting this far. I'm thankful for it. But also, like, I like looking back and like having cameras and using cameras. Like, no one ever uses like an actual camera unless it's like a professional grade camera. Like,
Right?
if they don't carry around cameras anymore. And like, I miss that. I miss having my own camera that I could just like snap photos of and change the resolution without going through my phone.
Right? I have a close friend from high school who's going to school to be a photography major, and I love that. I just love that. She's got like all these like really cool cameras and like the older ones or like the really fancy ones, but like she just walks around and takes pictures of like one of she got a picture developed of a rat in the snow. It's like the greatest picture
I can't believe I was playing in the snow.
ever. Stop. Honestly, I don't know if it was dead or alive. It looked like it was like face first in the snow. But it was really cute. And I love stuff like that. Like there's a meaning behind it, and I just didn't interpret it that way, but it's fine if it's a random photo. I love that. Who would have thought?
No. Maybe it represents the ever changing winds of time and the possibility of maybe we're all just rats in the snow having a grand old time in
We're
this
all
thing that we
just
call
rats in
life.
the snow. So profound.
Maybe the rats in the snow are the friends we make along the way.
You're so right. Oh gosh.
Oh my god, I wish I had the funds, and I wish I had the time to get into photography. I wish I got paid. Like, I feel like I wish it was like a profession that you would get, that you could have that outcome of being paid large sums of money for,
Mhm.
or like, people ambitious to be a photographer, because they don't get paid much. And I really wish they did, because the stuff that they do is so good. And I wish I can get into it. Like, all in all, summary wise, like, I wish I can get into photography, but I just don't have that ambition to pay that money to get a professional grade photo and to study photography. But I
Mhm.
love the concept of photos. Like, I love the concept of like nice looking photos.
I agree. I just like the idea of like capturing memories.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like, this podcast is a version of like our memories in the future. Like, we
Yeah,
never know what's
absolutely.
gonna happen.
We're definitely capturing this moment in time, and then we're gonna look back and be like, "Ugh, what's going on? Why did I look like that? Or why did I talk like that?"
Remember when we talked about rats in the snow?
Right? Like we're gonna be like, why? Why did Christina ever bring that up? It's because I like the pictures. Because I like the picture. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Speaking of cameras, so we were out of not recording during this time, but I went on Zoom and my hair was on the wrong side of my face, and it was weird because I was like, I look totally different than I do when my hair's on this side of my body. And of course, no one really cares what side your hair is on. But it's one of those weird things that if your like picture is mirrored, I start thinking like, this is weird. Like, and my face is not supposed to be looking like this. But then no one really knows the difference. It's still your exact same face. Like, it's weird about perception.
Right?
Perception.
The whole concept of like facial, what's the word? asymmetrical faces, like stuff like that. Like if you flip the camera and your face is like up and down on each side, depending on who you are. Or some people have like perfectly like mirrored faces. But
Ugh.
I feel like it's okay. Like, people are still pretty regardless of, I don't know.
Well, if you're talking about asymmetrical faces, this eye does eyeliner very well. Like, I put eyeliner on. Okay, this is my right eye, by the way. So my right eye
Mhm.
has eyeliner and it does it perfectly.
Mhm.
And it's like a more rounder eye. And then this eye is a lot longer. So when I put on eyeliner, it goes into my crease. And if I don't put my eye up the right way when I put on eyeliner, it goes over the crease and it goes uneven. And I
Oh
have to like
no.
redo my whole eyeliner and do it again because this eye hates me apparently. So some of
That's
my
so
asymmetrical
frustrating.
faces, my eyes hate each other for some apparent reason.
I respect people who do eyeliner. I mean, I respect people who can do any bit of makeup at all because I don't wear it. But I think it's super cool though. I like watching like makeup videos and stuff. But since my skin like reacts to every product, including some of the natural ones I've tried, I just stopped using it in like 10th grade or something. And
Oh
now I
yeah,
just,
you don't need it. You're pretty just the
yes,
way you are, honey.
thank you. Yes. All I do is I moisturize, but like the one that I use, my mom bought me, it has like sunscreen in it, so I gotta keep my skin protected.
Of course. At the end of the day, though, that's all that really matters. As long as you moisturize and put on that sunscreen, you
Correct.
look youthful forever.
And
That's the
hydrate
trick.
yourself.
Yes, and drink water, no matter how much
Yes.
it makes you pee, which is the craziest thing ever. Because apparently, if you drink like the amount of water you're supposed to drink a day, you pee like every 5 seconds. And I'm like, maybe I don't want to pee every 5 seconds. That's
Exactly. Like I'll
one.
drink maybe like one or two bottles, maybe three a day. That's kind of pushing it though. I don't know. It's like after a certain point at night, I don't drink or like eat anything because I know I'm gonna have to pee in the middle of the night and I hate getting up because then it
Oh
like
yes.
messes with my sleep. So
Uh, the biggest conundrum known to man. The action of being
hydration.
hydrated. The action of being hydrated and the action of being able to stop yourself from peeing in the most crucial times in your life.
Yes. One of the worst feelings is like when I'm trying to decide like whether or not I have to go, like I'm like, is this just a momentary feeling or am I slowly is my bladder slowly telling me that I gotta go? I hate
You
that.
know what? I have something like that every single night before I go to bed. Because, I'm sitting on the bed on my phone, just before I go to bed, looking at my
Mhm.
phone for the one last time. And then I'm always like, I need to go pee. I seriously need to pee. And
Correct.
I go to the restroom and nothing comes out. And I'm like, maybe it's just me being weird, but like it always has that weird point in my life where I'm like, maybe I should go to the restroom right now, so I'll go later. But then nothing comes out. And I'm just like, my mind is just playing mind tricks on me at this point. Like, has that ever happened to you where you're just like sitting
Yeah,
there
it
like, I can
definitely
definitely
has.
pee right now?
Because I usually eat and drink water and stuff like on the same schedule every day. But like for example, today I kind of ate at different times. So then when it comes to that certain time, like, shouldn't I be going right now? then, then it's like, no, actually, no, I'm okay. I'll just wait.
Yes. The kind of the complexity and the paradox of the water to pee ratio.
Absolutely. Never thought we'd be having this conversation.
It needs to be said. We went from cameras to pee. And you know what? Sometimes that's just how the podcast goes.
Correct. People need to talk about this.
Don't
Regulate.
make it taboo. Drink your water, but also pee.
Correct. If you're not peeing, seek help. Or if you're paying too much, also seek help. I just had to put that out there. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is on the podcast now.
Right.
Interesting stuff. How do we segue out of this at this point?
Oh, I have well, not a story, but I took my first in-person exam since COVID hit on Thursday, and it was for my theoretical criminology class because I have a criminology minor, and I have been like trying to change my studying habits because I like literally my whole life have been like a last minute like studier slash preparer. Procrastination was very prevalent. So I started studying Monday and the test was Thursday. And it relieved so much test anxiety. It doesn't mean that I wasn't anxious the day of because I still was like really antsy about it, but I was surprised at like how much I knew, which is so weird because I've been studying for like 4 days. But I think it went well.
That's great to know, like, honestly, because
Yes, I'm
there's
making
that
big girl moves.
level. Yeah, like there's that level between you really knowing like what you're studying, and then there's level of like, oh, like I don't know what's going on, and I'm just guessing the answers. Like, your tested anxiety, like when you're writing the test how much you know. Like,
Mhm,
that's the thing
mhm.
about like test taking, is that everyone is like, oh my god, the test. But the moment if you aced it or not is when you're taking the test and you know what you're doing. And I think
Right?
that's the most important portion of test studying, is that there's that certain point in your mind, you're like, I want to be able to know what I'm writing down. I don't want to be guessing C on every single test and
Yeah,
question.
absolutely. I tried like different methods too. Like I did Quizlet maybe like the first 2 days, and then I started kind of just looking at my notes. And then I would recite them to my roommate while she held the notebook and just kind of like write whatever I was supposed to say. Or I would like sit down at the like kitchen table that we have, memorize it, and then try to type it all back into my notes. And then when I took the test, there was one because it's all about theories and like memorizing the people that came up with these criminology theories. So it's like heavy on the memorization. So then the essay question, you could pick from two different ones, and one of the ones I prepared really well, and I sat there and I wrote. I could literally see my notebook. I wrote like word for word what I had in my notebook because I studied it so much. It was so funny. I didn't even give myself time to like process. I just started writing everything down, and then I took like 5 minutes to go over the test, and then I wrote like extra stuff at the end. It was so weird. That's probably like the best test I've ever taken.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Yay!
Yay. But also, being back in that testing room must have been insane for you after being like having to do online classes and taking online tests for so long.
Yes, that was the thing I was most worried about. What's testing in general? Because I was like, I don't even know if I can gather up enough energy to prepare for this test. And then when I got into the room, my professor was like trying to like be encouraging because she knew we were nervous, and it just made me mad. I was like, please just get this test started. Just hand out the papers. And she was sitting there for like 5 minutes, like, you got this, guys. You know the material. And I was like, I know. Start the test. I was so triggered. Like, I was literally ready to just like, no, I'm kidding. I would
You were
not
gonna
punch my
punch her.
professor.
You
No,
were gonna punch her.
never. In my head, I was like, what's that? The SpongeBob episode where he's got like flames and like the mini SpongeBobs are running around
Like,
in the
give me
office.
the test.
Yes. It turned out well in the end, I think. I'm supposed to get my results Monday, hopefully. So we'll see.
We will see. I mean, I'm pretty sure you aced it, but
Thank you.
you got this. You got this.
Yes.
Especially if you saw your notes in your mind as you wrote the exam, like you got
Yeah.
this.
Yes. I even like for a way that like helped me learn some of these theories better was that I could like connect them to real life. So like for the one theory that we're talking about, how sometimes people imitate people that they see as role models when they commit a crime. So for an example that I put down, I put because you're supposed to name one of the like ways that one of the thingies or whatever. I don't know how to explain it. You're supposed to name one of the theories and then kind of explain it. So I named it, I said like imitation, and then I wrote, for example, like if I wanted clothing and I robbed the store and my little sister saw me with new clothing and I was her role model and she also robbed the store to get new clothes, then she would be imitating me. So not that I actually did that. Nobody robbed the store, but I'm just saying it helped. It helps me memorize stuff when I put like real life examples or like story times. Like I've even had like The Rock Johnson in my notes. Tell me. Yeah, because there's another guy who was like, because most of these series from like the 1960s, so like sexism and just really not the same culture as now. They're like, oh yeah, obviously the big muscular like confident dudes are the ones that are most likely to commit a crime. And I was like, The Rock Johnson is right there. My man doesn't do anything. So he didn't fit the theory, and that was the point. To prove it
Dwayne The
wrong.
Rock Johnson committing crimes. That's insane.
Yes. Just stuff like
Dwayne
that.
The Rock Johnson is a saint, though. Like, I don't know him personally, so I don't know how much of a saint he actually is. But from
Right?
what I've seen, I don't think he's going to commit any crimes. In fact, he's going to give you a big old rock hug.
Right? He's a special man.
He's a special man out there with the other bald men that deserve love and respect.
Yes. Some bald men are kind of iffy, but he's a good bald man.
He's a good bald man. He's a good bald man. I'm gonna slap his head for fun.
So I always wondered that, like, are they bald by choice or did they just start balding at a certain age and just like shaved it all off? How do you keep up? I can't imagine that would feel comfortable having like a blade just like over
How
your
do you
scalp.
maintain a bald head? Like, that's what I want to know. Because
Right?
I'm pretty sure hair grows out pretty quickly, especially when you don't have like that little hair. Then, like, how do you maintain a bald head? I'm pretty sure it's more like requires more maintenance than a full head of hair.
Right? Like what's confusing to me is that whenever you see someone bald, they don't have like any hair sticking out at all. It's just like skin. Like how did they get it? How often do they have to like touch up? I
Touch
don't
up
know.
every single day. Here I am plucking my hairs out.
I should ask my mom's business partner. He's bald. What's I'm gonna message him right now.
Just say, hey, quick question. How do you maintain such beautiful, bald, shiny head? I was about to say hair.
I said,
How do you
how often?
maintain your hairstyle? Just say that. Just say, how do you maintain your hairstyle?
I said, how do you maintain a bald head?
Who cuts your hair?
Stop.
It's probably one of those cartoonish things. But when I was a kid, I always thought that like people who are bald actively put shoe polish on their hair to make it shiny.
Stop. That's it. That's actually kind of interesting because I've always wondered why and how they're so shiny all the time. Like, are they putting oil or something up there?
Oils. Honestly, if that's the trick, then maybe I should put oils on my head.
Wouldn't that just make your hair oily? That's probably not the point. No, but this is actually a good conversation topic because I've always wondered this, and I'm like a very empathetic person, so it like hurts me to think about. But like, I wonder how bad it is when they get sunburnt. Like that's just I've burned my scalp before because like um having like a middle part. If I leave my hair parted and I put it up and I'm in the sun, the like middle part burns. I have to like cover it up like this, if that makes sense, and pull my hair
Mm,
back and over. That stuff hurts. And then your skin peels and it looks like you've got like hella dandruff. So I wonder like, does that hurt? That's like
I
you're
mean, I'm
all
sure
right.
it does.
Those men gotta be in hats like all the time.
Yeah, or put sunblock on your head.
True, but
Maybe it might act like skin, so you just go. I mean, it's still skin, so you just put sunblock on your head.
right. It's so weird. People in general, I just like whenever it's summertime, I hate seeing people with like sunburns because I can't even imagine how much that hurts. I mean, I know how it hurts. Well, I'm saying I don't want to know.
You
I don't
don't
want to
want to know?
see.
Don't associate with
No,
me if you have pink skin.
no, not like that. It's just that sunburns look so painful. Like it hurts to look at other people with sunburns.
I know, yeah, true. Especially when you see the lines of what portions are not sunburned and which portions are
Oh my
sunburned.
god.
Like, I'm like, I feel so bad for you.
Right? Like when my sister and I like travel to Puerto Rico and we come back and the airport is just filled with like tourists and stuff like bright red. I'm like, are you not in pain right now? Because sunburns, they just like kind of they ache, they hurt unless you put like aloe or something on them.
Speaking of bald people,
Hmm.
so do you think Pitbull, he goes out in the sun sometimes when he films a music video. Do you think he knows how to like maintain his head during, a music video? Because I know that's long hours. Like, does he do maintenance on his head? Like, how does he keep his head so shiny? One, and two, how does he keep his head so unsunburned?
Good point. Maybe they're putting like they're probably like dabbing it with towels and stuff, get the sweat off, putting like lotion or something on there, like sun protection. I mean, isn't he from Florida? So I'm sure he's got experience.
But has he been bald his entire life? Another question.
I'm gonna look it up.
Has he been
How
bald his
long
entire life?
has Pitbull been bald?
Is he like one of those Caillou conundrums where he's always been bald and he never grew hair?
Oh my god, he had cornrows in 2001.
Large gasp.
Ooh.
Large gasp.
So I guess over time he just started buzzing it and then he went like full bald at some point.
Wow. Good for him. It's a look. Like, I gotta say, some people just look good bald. They have that nice round head. Like, not like an
Right?
egg, but more like an apple. And then they got that good head for it. So, I personally would not look good bald, but Pitbull just has that nice bald round egg head.
Right? Some people really pull it off. Like you though, could not be me. Yeah, that's gonna be a huge no. I love my hair too much to just decide to go bald. The only reason I would go bald is if I did something like kpop in 2018 where he had like colors and patterns on his like shaved head.
The fact that that man could put off any kind of hairstyle, like he could go full on bald. Like, to be quite honest, he's done it before. Technically speaking, because of that concept, he could be bald and come back stronger than ever.
Literally though.
Like, what can't he do at this point?
I agree with you. Like, isn't it so weird that some people just like look bad with hair?
Look bad with hair?
Isn't that weird? Like, there are literally people out there that I prefer to look at bald.
Well, there's a bald filter for that if you ever feel like you need a double check.
I do not want a bald head.
I mean, bald caps are still a thing. If you ever just see a person on the street, like, you know what, maybe you will look good bald, and you just totally just hand them a bald cap, like, just try this real quick. Let me see something.
Oh, my mom's sister's partner responded. He said I shave it once or twice a week.
Like, actually, like, shave using a razor?
I'm assuming. I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, ask him if it's a razor. Does he use it like a razor to like shave your head? Or is it
Ask him
like
if
a
he's
like
accidentally ever like nicked himself.
oh, I'm
I
sure
asked
he
him.
has. I'm sure that's possible.
That's so weird. I feel like that would burn.
Oh, that would so burn. Like if
Like
you nicked yourself like up here and you have to be underneath the sun. Can you imagine? Okay. One, you're bald and you have to shave your head because you have a little sprout coming out of your head. Two, you're underneath the sun and it's a hot day and you might get a sunburn from it. Like, no, thank you.
he said he uses a razor and he's never cut himself on his scalp. He's a master shaver then.
Then I applaud thee. I applaud thee.
I'm gonna ask
That's
him to put
amazing.
sunscreen on his scalp. Like, I need to know. Because I feel like it's still your skin, but I feel like the skin on your scalp is different. Maybe not. Maybe it's just because I can't really see it. I can't see my.
I'm pretty sure it's the same skin as like your forehead.
True.
Unless it isn't. Oh, it's a little lighter. Like I would feel like it's a
Because I
little
mean, your
lighter.
forehead's not growing 10 feet length hair. So there must be something just slightly different.
10 feet.
Could you
10 feet
imagine?
length hair.
Just like one giant patch of hair coming out of your forehead.
I'm not Rapunzel. I don't think this is 10 feet.
I'm just saying, like, over your lifetime, it continues to grow and you cut it. Like, it could be 10 feet if you really wanted it to.
It might be the same hair as like your mustache or like a beard. It might be the same type of skin. Like if guys like have their mustache and beard, I'm pretty sure it's like the same piece of hair
Yeah, that makes sense.
as like
Everybody's
up here.
body hair just grows differently on everybody.
So I'm pretty sure you still put sunblock on your hair. I mean, not your hair, your head.
Yeah, because I know I've done that before with like spray on, but just over my scalp.
Like this spray on.
Correct. What a crazy, crazy conversation we're having.
Yeah,
I'm
it's one
learning
of those
though.
weirdest questions. Like the most oddest questions for people who have only had hair their entire lives.
Right? Like I can't even imagine.
What is baldness? Is it a lack of hair or is it a choice?
I think it depends, doesn't it? Sometimes it's like genetics or like illness. Sometimes people are just like, you know what? I'm gonna be bald. My question is though, like people can like shave their head and have like a buzz, like a really short buzz. But do you just I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like how do you decide to go from buzz to like no hair? Like at all?
I would think because people who like to put tattoos on their head, like they have tattoos on their head, and then they've decided to just go bald so they can see their tattoos on their head. I think that'd be a decision to go between buzz and bald.
True. I'm assuming you can't use like razors per se, like the electric ones. You'd probably have to like Use the smaller one. Just get the
Yeah, the
short little hairs off, right?
rake it off. Rake it off. But I think when it comes to like, you know how there's like balding and people usually they're like this the top part of their head is completely out of hair at that point and they have pieces of hair on the sides of their head like Dr. Phil. At that point, you have to make that decision. Are you going to go bald or are you going to rock that full head of nothingness and then side pieces?
Mhm.
Think about that.
It's a real head scratcher. That's so funny.
Huh. Dr. Phil, one of the oddest questions known to man. What is the line between baldness and decision?
That's deep. We need to write a philosophy book. The philosophy of baldness.
The egg conundrum. I'll call it the egg conundrum.
Yes. Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty himself. He pioneered the bald movement.
The hashtag egg. Oh, I was thinking of an egg pun there and I couldn't think about it. I'm out of egg puns today. It's not very exciting of myself.
You know what I used to say in high school when I would say exhausted, I would say my eggs were hostage
My eggs are
instead of saying exhausted. It was so dumb, but like I thought it was funny.
It's iconic, don't worry.
Humor back then. No, because this is a great way to segue into something that I wanted to tell you. So, um, quick backstory. It's Hispanic Heritage Month. And last night on campus we had like a little kickoff party to kind of like celebrate with everybody on campus. And one of my buddies, not really buddies, we only talked like once or twice. His acquaintances from Puerto Rico was there, and he asked me for my Snapchat. So I gave it to him, and today he was messaging, and he used unironically XD.
X XD in this economy?
Lowercase
In this
x,
economy?
capital D. Like after every sentence.
Like that's like the sound that I make when I think of XD. Ah!
And I was like, you are 19 years old. In college.
XD.
Yeah, he's like an exercise science major, and I'm like, you're better than this.
XD?
It's okay because I use the laughing emoji, but like it's got a different connotation. I don't know, just like he typed out XD. I don't know.
You're comparing emoji that is timeless. The laughing emoji is timeless. It doesn't need a timeline. It is the timeline. Okay. And then you're comparing it to XD, which is used in the same context as rar and yeah.
I literally the conversation was going fine, but then he used that like 4 times in the same message, and I like started texting him like dry.
Like
I couldn't do it because it like the conversation became so childish. He was like, "Oh, XD." I was like, "No."
and ironically, in this economy,
Yes. To be fair, maybe he never had the opportunity to use those growing up. So now he's just starting to use them. I'm trying to defend this man, but I really can't.
deprived of the XD in his childhood. Upsetting. I'm so sorry for his loss.
I don't think anybody would be upset about that.
Oh my god, it's like if someone was still planking in 2021.
Or dabbing. I saw someone dab on TikTok and it really upset me. We need to leave that behind. We really do.
So behind. So behind.
Mm-mm. I feel like an old person saying that, but like, I'm only 20 and I'm
Oh
recognizing
yeah.
that has to go.
It's like, yeah, it's gotta go. Even though we're in our 20s and we shouldn't be talking about things that are too old, but at least we're not spreading Facebook memes.
Yes.
Yes.
To be fair, over quarantine, I was, retweeting a lot of Facebook memes, but had nothing better to do. They were kind of funny.
As long as they're not minion memes, I think we're good.
That's a good point. Minion memes are like, draw the line. Unless you're using it like I, ironically like to try to be like purposely cringy, I guess. Sure.
Sure. But what's the line between unironic minion memes and ironic minion memes?
Probably the age group, like my parents versus me. Like my parents think that's super funny. Or like, oh my gosh, so cute. Like I sent my mom a picture of like Kermit, like a Kermit meme, and she was like, "Oh my god, he's so cute," and I was like, "That's not the point.
It's not the
That
point.
was not the point."
It's like you show them like the most depressed meme known to possible, and you're like, "This is how I feel right now." I'm like, oh my god, I love him.
Exactly. Exactly. But it's kind of
The
funny though.
meme.
Like I find it entertaining that my parents find stupid stuff like that funny. Because I'm like, it shouldn't be funny, but it's funny because they're laughing at it.
I know. It's just, the idea of memes, like, they don't understand the meme like we do. And it's sad. And it's very sad. Like maybe you don't understand what memes mean to me.
Yes. Or they send ones that are like, you can tell they're made by adults. Like
Oh yeah.
when your children don't clean the house. And I'm like, oh, wow, you got me.
Or
Just
the
send an emoji.
my daughter is so great. Go ahead and tag your daughter. And it's like a minion meme of like the mom minion, and then she's like taking care of the baby minion, and it's like, tag your daughter, she must have so she can have a great day.
Stop. You're so right though. It's like you don't have to tag me for me to have a good day. But I'll never tell them that because let them do their own little thing.
Yeah, let them call it a mimi. They still
Oh my
call it
god,
mimis.
yeah. Or in Spanish they call them memes.
Mimis.
Memes. I love it.
My mom still calls it a me. Like, how they have like the me's.
A me. Oh
She calls it
no.
me's. Like,
That's
look
so
at this
cute.
me. Look at this me.
That's so cute. I
I
love that.
prefer it, actually. I really do. I gotta be real honest here. I prefer calling it a me than a meme.
That's cute. Your mom is valid. That's the only acceptable way to say meme now.
I love my Taiwanese mom. She calls Subaru Subarzu.
Oh my god,
Subarzu.
that's so cute.
She can't say Subaru, so she says Subarzu.
That's adorable. I love that so much. That is so cute. We need her to write like her own dictionary for us.
Yes. She tries though. She really does. And at some point I'm like, you know what? Just don't even try. Like the way you're saying it is valid and perfect, just the way it is.
Right? Like, we know what you're trying to say. No worries. Just keep
No
talking.
worries.
Exactly.
No worries at all. Another note, my mom got me pumpkin spice Pop-Tarts.
No way. I had them once, like 2 years ago.
I've not tried them yet, and I think,
Hmm.
are they good?
If I remember correctly, they do taste like pumpkin pie. They're not that bad. I would say they're probably better warm. I just kind of prefer Pop Tarts warm anyway, but it really gives that flavor a little bit of a kick.
Ooh, a kick?
Yes. Did you buy you like a big box or just like the regular like?
Yeah, the regular box with like 12 in them.
I see. I hope you like them because that'd be a waste,
I think I'll eat them because my mom put thought and effort into buying them for me.
right?
But I wanted to hear your opinion on how they tasted. I mean, if there's a kick, then maybe I'll stand. Maybe I'll stand.
Yeah. I mean, it has been 2 years, pretty much now, since I've had them. Nobody's perfect. I'm sure my taste would probably change a tiny bit, but I do remember them being good.
Then I'll hold you down for that.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
My favorite, I'm basic. My favorite Pop Tarts are um the cinnamon ones.
The cinnamon one. Interesting.
I love those. But my mom bought me strawberry. So those are the ones that I've been eating and they're very good. I like strawberry. It's my favorite fruit, I think.
You think?
Yeah, I love
On the
strawberries.
same note, I love strawberries, but I like them unfrosted.
Oh. I don't think I've ever had the unfrosted ones before actually. They look pretty good
You should
though.
try them. You should try them because it has a little bit more of like the middle portion, like the jelly. It has more of
Mm,
the jelly in them. That's why I
I
like them
see.
more because they have more stuff inside. And the
Mm-hmm.
outside, it doesn't have that frosted like hardness to it. So it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have that crunch, but it has that jelly goodness. So
Right.
it matters on what you like.
I think it's worth a shot. I'm not a fan of like artificial chocolate flavored stuff. So I don't really do like any of the like hot fudge sundae or like s'mores or Oreo Pop Tarts. But I do like the fruit ones like blueberry, cherry, stuff like that.
Valid. I respect that.
Yes. I ate 2 cups of mandarin oranges with my dinner. I love fruit.
I love those mandarin oranges in the cups. Oh my god, I eat
Yes.
those like every single week, and I think it's kind of an obsession now that I have to always buy those. Like
Yes.
the cups of mandarin oranges, and you just eat them in your free time.
Yes. It's gotten to the point where like I went with my roommate to have lunch with my mom and my sister like 2 weeks ago, and they bought me a whole box. I didn't even ask. They just bought me one. She was like, I figured you would need some more. And I did. I just ran out today, so I opened a new box. Yes, that and apples. I really like eating apples.
Ooh,
They help my digestive system, so that's kind of why I started eating them a lot. But now I just like 'em. That was my quarantine snack. Every night I would take an apple, I would slice it and then get some peanut butter
ooh,
and maybe like a couple pretzels. Banger.
ooh. I see you there. You like that. You like that like that sweet, salty
Yes.
tart. It has tartness to it because it's an apple. Tart, salty, sweet, with that fructose. You like all. I see you. You have taste. You have the
Yes.
flavor.
Yes. I actually prefer salty snacks, so it's kind of like a happy medium when I eat stuff like that. Like my sister prefers the sweet, so she has like stocks of like cookies, gummies, candies, and I'm like, where's my saltine crackers? It's too sweet.
I see you like fruit. but you don't like salty snacks. So do you like fruit snacks?
I do. The problem is that I have like super sensitive teeth, so gummies actually hurt to chew sometimes. So I
Mm.
typically just don't do it, or I have to like suck on them instead of chewing them. I like the Welch's berry mix,
Ooh.
or there's a gummy bear brand called Black Forest that's more like naturally flavored. I love those. They're so good.
Ooh. I see you have taste. Here's my tip of the hat to you. Taste that you like the Welch's version.
I have a
Mm,
bottle of
I
Welch's grape
see.
juice in my fridge right now.
Oh my God, Welch's grape
Yes.
juice. Ah, I see you're a person of knowledge and intellect.
Yes. Me and fruits, we're tight.
Honestly, me too. Like, I love fruit so much. I'm a big fan of grapes. Like, if you give me a bowl of grapes, I will eat those in
Mm,
an hour. I'll just
I
eat
love
them
grapes.
without thinking. My mind will just go somewhere else. Like it'll be involuntary reflex, but I'll be eating like a bunch of grapes. So my mom doesn't buy grapes anymore. She knows how I consume them. Like I just eat them all in one sitting.
That's fun. We have that at our house with like cherries and stuff. Like we buy like bags of cherries and people either guests or like my stepdad or something will just say like 8 at a time as he's like passing the kitchen island or something.
Oh my God. Yeah, I love cherries. I wish I had them more. I love cherries so much. Like that's another one that I'm like,
Yeah.
even if the seed's in there, like, you know what? I'll eat it anyway. If the seed's in there, it's
You're
not gonna
gonna
stop
eat
me.
that?
I don't eat the
Oh, I
seed.
was gonna say
I like
that
eat it
never.
without the seed. But I mean I like eat and then spit it out the seed and then I eat and then spit
Mm,
out the seed and I eat the spit out the seed.
exactly.
Watermelon.
I don't like
Watermelon.
watermelon.
You don't like watermelon?
No, it's like a texture thing. I don't like
Oh,
biting into it and it's just water. Like I don't like celery either for that reason.
interesting.
But I do like the artificial flavor.
It's
Uh,
artificial
like
flavor.
watermelon lollipops or like watermelon gum. It is what it
That's a note I gotta
is.
keep. I'm putting that down on my side notebook right here on the side of the computer.
Taking notes on my eating habits.
She doesn't like watermelon, but she likes watermelon flavored things. She hates celery, but she'd eat with grapes with me if I brought a bowl of grapes and cherries.
Correct. I'll eat practically any fruit. Like I like kiwis, I like coconuts, I like bananas. Star fruit. It's been a while. I don't really know. Last time I had them, didn't like them.
They're very tart. They're
Hmm.
they're a very tart fruit. Like if you don't like them, they if you eat them like different portions of them, or you eat them a little too ripe, they taste a little
Hmm.
sour.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's really good? Guava and guava juice.
Guava's good. Guava is real good.
It is really good in every little shape and form. Because I sometimes buy like a little pack of guava paste and then just eat that as like a treat.
As like a treat.
Yes. Or put it on like Ritz crackers or something.
Hmm. A very fruity discussion we're having.
Yes, fruits are important.
Eat your fruits, kids. Eat your fruits.
Right? Like, if I don't eat vegetables that often, at least I'm getting lots of fruit in to make up for something.
After having a full day of chicken nuggets, you gotta have a nice fruit on the side.
A little closure just to kind of help my guts digest for the day.
I could digest the amount of Diane's chicken nuggets you just ate.
I also have like, oh my gosh, I freaking love like corn. I could eat that every day. Like
Corn.
corn on the
Oh,
cob and stuff. Every time it's in the
I've
dining
had
hall,
corn.
that's the first thing I do is go to the corn.
I had corn yesterday. So,
Really? You flexing on me
yes.
right now?
Yeah, I'm telling you that I ate corn. Have the flex. I'm so sorry that I told you this, but yes, I ate corn yesterday and I'm flexing on you right now because I had corn.
I see. It's okay. Maybe tomorrow or Monday there'll be some more corn for me because it rotates every day. So I've been in my dorm all day. Haven't taken a single step outside. I
You
ate
know
breakfast,
what?
lunch, and dinner in here.
You know what? That's okay. That's what I'm probably gonna do tomorrow anyway. Today I had to go out and um went out and ate food for a little bit and then I grocery shopping and I came home. But that's the only outside thing that I've done today, and that's okay. And you know what? Sometimes you gotta stay inside. You have everything
Yes,
you need. You have
I
food,
do.
you have a restroom, you have some water, some fruit, some friends, you have a roommate.
Yeah. Well,
That's all you need.
She was out for the past day or so, but she just got back like literally 5 minutes ago.
Stuffed animals to talk to.
Yes, I got my penguin plushie right here.
You don't need anything else. So what's wrong with staying indoors?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing's wrong with that.
I don't know why I didn't want to leave. I just felt like I didn't want to be perceived by anybody. Like I thought about it, I was like, ew, I don't want to walk around and have people look at me or know that I'm there. So I made rice and ham in my room. I had a Pop Tart for breakfast, and then for dinner I had lots of fruit and crackers because I have a heavy lunch, so I didn't really feel like doing something heavy for dinner.
It's okay.
It's been great because I got some homework done today, played some video games, and now we're here.
Video game wise, what are you playing right now?
Well, I just recently passed Super Mario Brothers on the Switch, like the whole game. And then I played a little bit of Overwatch on my laptop today. That was pretty much it. I was gonna play something else on my Switch, but I decided not to.
Wow. That's a lot more productive than I've been today. I've been watching for The Office. I have no lies. Because it's like 9 seasons worth. So I've been like watching that. And then I watched a compilation
Mm,
of of pranks for Dwight. So I've been watching all Dwight pranks all day. And then I got sucked into this video about someone finding a McDonald's training video on the Nintendo DS.
that's wild.
So apparently, I forgot his YouTube name. I wish I could shout him out right now. But anyway, so I found this guy on YouTube and he found online there was a Japanese McDonald's training video that all that it wasn't even a training video, it was a training game that all the Japanese McDonald's workers had to do to
Mm,
train for the workplace. And it was Nintendo DS training game that each one of them had to go through. And the games had a code. So this dude is trying to find this game, which is so super rare now since it's been times since then. And no one's been selling it. And he actually found one and they
mm,
had an auction for over $34,000 for $3,400 in United States dollars from Japan. And this dude literally goes on a search So look for this training game, a McDonald's training game from that time period, looking for the code, and sends his brother, because his brother is in Japan. So he sends it to his brother, and his brother smuggles it through a suitcase to the United States because of coronavirus. And he plays the most rarest Nintendo DS game in the world because it's only for Japanese McDonald's employees of that time period. And there's like a password they need to crack. I'll send you the video later. Anyway, it's crazy, and I got sucked into it, and I was like, this is a crazy video, because this dude literally finds this training game that the Japanese McDonald's workers had to play in order to prepare themselves for the workplace, for working at McDonald's. And
That's crazy.
I found another video where he also talks about a Domino's Japanese game, Japanese app that had Hatsune Miku in it. So it's a Hatsune Miku Domino's app. I was saying this earlier. That. It was like the commercial.
Yeah, the commercial.
And then there's a crazy commercial that became a meme a couple of years back, and it's like it's the most crazy thing ever because it's a Domino's Hatsune Miku app where you can take a picture of the Hatsune Miku and she is AR on your Domino's box. Like, what is that? But also, it's the most interesting thing known to man. I got really sucked into it this morning for like no reason. That's all I've been doing is thinking about that McDonald's game and that Hatsune Miku Domino's, that McDonald's game and that Domino's app. And this is all I've been living rent free in my mind all day long, and I don't know why.
I understand though, because like, how did they know in America about Hatsune Miku and why? Why use her?
Yeah, I mean, she's like a whole mystery within herself because what's crazy is that when I was in middle school, I loved Hatsune Miku. Like, I was a big Vocaloid fan. My 8th grade year of middle school. So, and then I found out about her, and she became like popular in the United States. Like, people would dress up as her and cosplay as her, and she became like one of the most famous singers in Japan. Like, she's literally, and she's not even a real person. She's literally a virtual person.
Yeah,
and they have
crazy.
They have AR hologram concerts for her. She literally comes out and she's a hologram.
They got like figurines, they've got merch, they've got video games with her in it. Like, she's huge.
I know. And it's like, in America, that would never happen. Like, the thought of a holographic person becoming the biggest singer in that country is insane.
That's
like, can you imagine like Ariana Grande as a hologram?
No, I actually can't. That's weird. That's bizarre.
Like, Ariana Grande is the Met Gala, and it's like this hologram that's just there at the Met Gala, broadcasted to the world.
God. Stop.
Can you imagine if Miku was invited to the Met Gala?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up happening sometime in the future, but I feel like the West would have to kind of be eased into something a little radical like that.
Oh yeah, exactly. They wouldn't like acknowledge her that much, to be quite honest.
Right? Like, yeah, let me just take a picture of an empty arena here and put this girl in.
like this open space. They're like, oh, here's the spot here. And they put a cardboard cutout there just so, like, you can like kind of see where the AR will be.
Right.
It's crazy. Gosh. Yeah.
The
Like
way that
she
things have
is,
evolved.
yeah. And she's like a whole concept. Like even with the evolution and all, like she is the concept.
Hmm. I feel like she's her own subculture at this point.
Yeah. There was a concert in Dallas a couple of years back, literally of Miku. Miku was here in the United States. People would actually go and see Miku.
It's crazy. The lengths that people go through. Honestly,
And
I'm so
some dude
sad I
married her.
created it. I saw that. I remember that he married like a holographic version of her. Like,
Yeah, they
why?
he married Miku. And I'm like, this dude, like, I don't know what to say about your mental health, and I hope you're okay.
I mean, I understand. I've had my crushes on anime people, but I've never been like, I've never like genuinely believed that it was ever gonna happen or that like I wanted to really, really marry them. Like I can separate reality. I don't know. That's
Okay, but real
crazy.
talk here. If there's like an anime boy out there that you'd risk it all for, who is your number one?
Kendo Satori from Haikyuu. That is that's literally my number one boy.
In the future, if you ever have a chance to marry and it comes legal in all the states, that you can marry your anime boy.
I'm getting first dibs.
Let's go to Vegas.
Stop. That's so funny.
We're going to Vegas. Look at me. And like you're like a full-on wedding dress, and then your anime dude is a hologram, and he's like has his own he has some suit, and your whole family's there.
No, my parents would be so disappointed. They wouldn't even come. Honestly. I think my sister would come just because she probably want to like laugh at me or make fun of me. And my parents would be like, "Cuckoo," and just dip.
You're like,
Probably just
what
go
is this?
shopping or something. That's crazy as
I
fuck.
just to show you how much of a friend I am, I'd go to the wedding shop with you and buy and help you buy a dress for you to
Yeah,
so you to marry your man.
that's crazy. Don't
Dress
do that.
shopping with the girls. Do the bachelor party.
Oh my god. I can't even imagine. That's bizarre. It definitely happens more than we think though. Like people have gotten married to like dolls and stuff in the US. So
I mean, I don't want to say that they're mentally ill. Um, and also in a way, I'm kind of jealous that they have the strength to marry someone who isn't real. In their eyes, I'm pretty sure that they are real. And you know what? I gotta respect that. Never
well,
mind. I respect you.
like the mental fortitude that it takes to not care about literally every single other living being that could be possibly judging you or that you could possibly be with and just feel like I'm gonna marry a 2D character.
You know, there's some really attractive 2D characters.
They really are.
They really are. Like, you know, if all else fails and I'm in my 50s and I haven't gotten married yet, maybe. Maybe.
Are we gonna make a pact? If we don't get married by 50, we're gonna marry. This is sad.
Okay, but speaking of 2D characters, what is your craziest childhood 2D crush? Like, it can be an animal. Like, who has that swagger?
Oh, let me look it up. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Um, yes. Did you ever watch Ben 10?
Wait, I think you told me this before,
The four-armed red alien from that.
This has been on the podcast before. Now I think about it, I think this is something that's been said before.
I literally don't know what it is. Or what it was, I guess, because I'm not that crazy about it now, but I was going through something.
He's like your first love. Like, we used to be together, but we're not together anymore.
Yeah, like literally that's the first thing that comes to mind because I can't like picture any other like thing because I watched like SpongeBob and stuff like that, but I didn't have a crush on SpongeBob. So that would be
I understand Larry the
problematic.
Lobster.
No.
Silence there.
No.
I mean, if you're into Larry the Lobster, I won't judge you if you're talking about SpongeBob characters because he was kind of packed. Not gonna lie, he's kind of.
He's just like a Dorito. He's like a really wide.
Isn't that like fawned over? Like, come on, like like some dudes have like that big like
big shoulders and like a really small waist or whatever.
Yeah, they got the mahongaloos, like the big mahongaloos, like the pecs. The mahongaloos.
I can't believe we're talking about a 2D lobster's pecs. No. This is a different breed of conversation.
Literally.
I can't.
But also, like.
Oh no. Well, you go first.
Who is that hot one from Lion King? Like the not like. No, there was the other one, the hot one.
I thought that was Simba, or you mean his dad, Mustafa?
Mufasa?
Why did I say Mustafa? Am I okay?
Mustafa!
Who's Mustafa? I don't know. Get my letters mixed up.
What is his name?
Scar?
It's like the so how they have a kid, and then she has a BF, she has a boyfriend. Like, what's his name? He's good looking. I said that with my whole chest right now.
Is Simba the dad?
Find his name.
All I can think of is Simba and Mufasa. We have Nala, Serafina.
He's in the second one.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen the second one.
Oh my god! Wait. Let me find his name. His name is Kovu. His name was Kovu. Like, you can look him up.
Oh, I
look
see.
Him up on.
Yep, I see. He just looks like Scar.
That's a whole thing, but yeah, Scar technically is dad.
I see the vision.
Even though he doesn't want to be he doesn't want him to be his dad. He is his father.
Right. It really be like that sometimes.
He was hot. Kovu was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see.
Prince Eric from Little Mermaid, if we're talking like human beings.
Oh yeah. Eugene Fitzherbert.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Eugene, Mr. Flynn Rider himself. He is a good-looking man.
Absolutely.
2D. Whole D. Prince Naveen is also very good-looking. From Princess and the Frog.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Top
notch prince right there. All the ethnic princes, like Prince, like even though he's not a prince, Shang is. Yes. He got some mahongaloos. I gotta say that.
He's gorgeous.
Yes. Mahongaloos for days.
Literally, Why are they raising my standards like this? Animated men.
True.
It's so terrible. It's so terrible.
True.
Because then I encounter a real life man and I'm like, pump the brakes.
True. It's like you're still thinking about 3D men. You're like, but 2D men though, and you're like, your heights. You're thinking about it like 3D, 2D.
You looking at my Funko Pops.
2D men, man, created by the gods, symmetric, perfect, body shape, perfect. Some of them got some mahongaloos, perfect. That charm, the swagger,
The personality. Sometimes.
personality. Got that created by women perk that most men don't have.
Right?
Not everyone can be Choi Min Ho. Not everyone can be Choi Min Ho.
No, we wish. I wish there was someone like that near me, bro.
Not in this community. Not in this region.
Nope. Not in this whole country, I don't think.
There's only one Choi Min Ho, and the only way we would have someone so amazing in this country is if you literally went to this country to a concert and went back home.
If he stepped foot in this country, then it'd be better.
Oh yeah, just say, oh, we have an amazing man in this country for 2 days, and then he's gonna be back.
Right.
There's nothing like it in this world, honestly.
Right.
What are we gonna do with our lives? Stay single forever until a 2D man who walks through the screen and does a what's that? Take on me.
No,
Pretty pops out of the screen.
I would hope not. We'll see how it goes. I'm not rushing anything, so.
Don't rush the thought of a hologram, being able to marry your ideal hologram.
No. No. That's definitely not the future plan. That'd be like absolute last resort. I swear.
Oh my gosh. So anime wise, like, there's a lot of good anime men out there in this world. Some of them are more crazier than others. But what's your good top 5 that you would say that you would marry in the event that 3D men were eviscerated?
Well, we have Tendo from IQ, we have Kakashi from Naruto, we have Giyu from Demon Slayer. We have Sheen from an anime called Doro Hedoro, which is on Netflix. I recommend, but it's super gory, so it depends on taste. And I guess Kite from Hunter x Hunter. That's 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know this is probably a segue to me, but I don't know that many anime boys. I just know the ones that are hot. I see them and I want to know that they're valid, and if they ever came through my door and told me to marry them, I'd say yes.
We see you, kings.
I see you, kings. Could be any one of the kings. Free. If any of the free boys are available, please call me.
Anytime. Anytime.
If any of the free boys are available, like, share my digits, slip it in.
Stop.
No, I can't believe I just said slip it
Pause. We didn't mean it like that. We didn't mean it like that.
What's another one? I mean, like, definitely beyond that, there's some mommies out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some that could step on me if they wanted to.
For
And
sure.
that's a request. And that's a request.
That's funny. You're definitely right though.
Yes. And okay, anime aside, K-pop. What are your top 10 boys that you would marry in the event that all the other men in the world were eviscerated?
Okay, 10 boys. Hello, Lee Jinky. Very top of the list. Very top of the list. Kim Hong-jung from ATEEZ. Son Dong-woon from B/Highlight. Sehun from EXO. Subin from TXT. Include the other 4 shiny members.
Include the other 4 shiny members all in the same lane.
And Nick Kun from 2PM.
Ooh, Nick Kun. I love Nick Kun. He's like a sweetheart. Okay, let's see. Talking about top 10 or talking about top 5? Because I got a lot.
You can do. I did 10 technically, so you can do
10. Definitely. So top of the list definitely would be Taemin. Taemin number uno. Honestly, Taemin is like my boy. I love him. My heart, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same time, Choi Minho. Choi Minho is such a man, but I still think I'm still out of his league. I mean, I'm not all their leagues, but like Choi Minho is definitely up there as well. I am so terrible. I feel like Shenny's all in the same room at this point. If I were to name a number 1 right now, I'd say Taemin as personality wise, but Minho as in looks. Definitely. And Key as in like, he would be such a good boyfriend. And I love him to death. And then Jinky as like the sweetest man alive, and I would die for him. So they're all number 1. Number 2 would definitely be Xiaojun from Wavy. I love that man. Number 3 definitely Hendery. Hendery and Xiaojun fight a lot, so that's like 2 and 3 for me. That is switches all the time. Lucas number 4. Number 5. Oh my god. A lot of good boys. What is one that's been significant? Oh, Wonho. Wonho. He was in close proximity with me 3 years ago. He was literally 20 minutes away from me, and I missed him by a full car ride because I had school that day. And I regret that day for the rest of my life because Monsta X was in Dallas, and I missed him by an hour. And I think about that all the time. So fun fact, I was 20 minutes away from Wonho, and I did not get to see him because I was at school that day and I had to go to class. Upsetting. And what are some other good boys? Oh my god. Definitely. Oh my god. What are some I got I'm stuck because I love so many people. Definitely my top right now in BTS is Taehyung. So I know, what a change of events, right? This was Jin for the longest time. Ooh. Much to think about. Like, much to think about.
There's so many options.
Like the vast desert that is the amount of boys I can choose from. There is a good boy in SF9 that I was like, you're hot as hell. And there's also a good boy also in SF9 that is really good looking.
Definitely is
And I forgot their names and I feel so bad. But there was also like a good SF9 boy. I think it was one of the two that's been like so good looking recently. Another one that's been on my list right now is IM from Monster X. He's been looking real good, like real tasty.
Yeah.
Real tasty recently.
He's beautiful.
IM from Monster X looking real good. Like real good. What are some other good boys? I mean, like there's so many. Anu from Astro is a good looking boy.
Yeah.
Like he is so good looking. But yeah, those are my lists. List right now is very big. I just thought about that. I was like, I don't have a set list anymore because I used to have such a list. And then now I don't. Now I just like, I think my life is just shiny, wavy, and everyone who wants to come over and hang out every once in a while.
That's pretty valid though. I feel like
That's an invite.
A solid like 1 to 2, honestly, would be enough.
I'll send you who I like in SF9 because he is a good looking man. And I just want to talk. As in fight. As in like, let's go and brawl. I want to hang out with you with my fist in your face.
The only reason I know the SF9 members' names is because of Kingdom.
You should, I gotta say, the SF9 boys, you should see them more often. And that's a request for all of the female species in the world who are attracted to men. It's a request. Definitely go check out SF9 and see what you like there.
They've all got potential.
They all got potential. Oh my god, I gotta be real honest here. Like, I used to have a list. I used to have a whole list. And then now I'm just like, it's open invite. I have the drinks. You have the looks. Let's hang out.
Yes. Exactly. Just come on over, bro.
What is one group that you've seen recently that you don't really pay attention to, but you're like, this is a good group of men?
Recently? I don't know. Maybe NCT 127. Like, I really care about them, but it's kind of like on and off. Not that I like hate them sometimes, I like them sometimes. It's just like the strength of like how much I'm into them kind of changes sometimes. Cause I'm always focused on like shinier ADs or whatever, but they're promoting right now, so I see them like on my timeline all the time.
Do you have a favorite NCT right now? I mean, NCT is vast, so you can say multiple.
I've always had a favorite. It's always been Haechan.
Haechan.
I'm for that man through the roof.
That's a man. Like, that's a whole ass man right there. Like, I respect that. I so respect that.
Right?
For me, of course, if you're not counting Wavy is a league of its own. I love them to death. Jungwoo. I love Jungwoo so much. He is the sweetest man alive, and I wish him full fortune and happiness for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
I hope he. Wait, what'd you say?
I said I totally agree.
Yes, he deserves. I hope he smiled today, and I hope he drank water, and I hope he ate a good, healthy meal.
Me too. He deserves that much.
But let's agree, the one person that you want to fight in a ring is Johnny. Let's all agree that. I would beat him up.
Him or Jaehyun. Those two together is lethal. Makes me so mad. I'm like,
Let's go and let's
Fair
double trouble this and beat them up.
They had no
Full
right. No right.
full boxing tournament. Let's go.
Yes, I'm done.
Mark is one of those that, like, he's chaotic, but also he deserves love and respect, and very interesting man. Very interesting man. How do you
I
feel about
agree.
Mark?
Honestly, I don't feel um any of that like serious attraction to him. I just think he's cute and he seems like he'd be a really, really good friend. That's like him. He's like I just kind of see him as like a best buddy kind of vibe.
Damn, friend zoning Mark from the very beginning.
I mean that might change depending on the era or something, but typically that's how I feel.
Honestly, me too, though. I feel like the one time that I was like, Mark is so attractive was when he did the supercar rap for the teaser for Jopping.
Yeah, that's valid. Yeah, I feel
Oh
like
my God. When that came out, I was like, so I know I don't really say this to anyone, but you want to wed? I request to give you this ring. Would you like to wed? As
exactly.
a request. No, you don't have to reply right now. I'm just offering this ring to your hand as a request.
Oh my goodness. I totally understand him. This was a different time whenever he's in his rapping zone.
As a request. As a request. Oh my gosh. Like, there is no limit to NCT. Like, I feel like that's a good group of men that I'm like, I don't know how to feel about all of you together, but I respect all of you as individuals.
Right. They're a very, very unique group of boys.
Very much. Very good boys. Another group of good boys, 17.
Mm-hmm. I definitely don't stand them as much as I used to, but I still keep up with them. I care about them.
Yes.
Why are you staring at me? Any
Well,
last words, Squidward?
any last words? Um, Stan Chinese, Stan Wavy, Stan ATs, Stan 2D boys who deserve love and respect.
Stand bald
Stan the
men.
Mahogaloos, the good old fashioned Mahogaloos.
Right.
Stan Wanho, and not just because he has good Mahogaloos, but because he's a great person. And just have a great day.
Absolutely. Stay hydrated. Eat fruit or veggies or both.
All right, y'all.
Alrighty.
All right. Bye.
Bye.